So long as like Alchemy.
All right, y'all. Cruising through Bleacher Report. First off, NBA offseason. I just wanted to touch base, put out a video, but I don't want to create some boring ass shit, right? So stumbling across Bleacher Report, my daily, morning sports reading, to go through the articles, I found this. I don't know if you guys have been listening, but Kobe has been kind of putting out these challenges. I don't know, I don't know if he's kind of missing the spotlight or what it is, but he challenged Isaiah, some other ththings, but it looks like he put out a challenge to all 30 teams. Here's the report. So I haven't read them. I've seen some of the ones that have been in on the blogosphere, Twitter, some of the ones to the individual players, but I haven't seen this. So this is just kind of like a reaction video to Kobe and his 30 team challenges. I'm interested. I'm pretty interested to see what Kobe's got going here. So here we go. Not really going to read that bullshit. Why stop at only a few guys, blah, 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 kind of the preference for it. All right, so, man, these Bleacher Report ads are so intrusive, man. I don't really, I don't know. I don't fuck with them. I don't think I've watched one of them in the 2 years they've been popping out. So first one, Atlanta Hawks Dennis Schroder challenge. Make the Eastern Conference All-Star team. Yeah, that's not fucking happening, right? That shit ain't happening. It would take a significant jump for the guard to get serious all-star consideration, but it almost makes sense from a trajectory standpoint. Schroder averaged 17.9 points, 6.3 assists in 79 games. Defensive end. Eastern Conference might be down this season. Yeah, I don't see that shit happening. Schroder, he's ultra quick. I just don't think his IQ is that high. I feel like I got a burp. I think it's based off his quickness. He's super quick, like a prime Rondo, De'Aaron Fox coming into the league, one of these guys, and he knows how to change speeds, and he's kind of got a funky Euro. I think he's from Germany. So he can get buckets, but Atlanta's going to have, they're kind of going through a rebuild, and, I think Kobe's just shouting out everybody. I think that the odds of Schroder making the All-Star team, you know what? He's going to put up huge numbers, so I'll say 30%. I don't feel like that's very realistic. Boston Celtics, Kyrie Irving. Y'all see those Kobe, Kyrie, Mamba mentality Nikes that are being released with kind of the Bruce Lee yellow in them? I think they're kind of dope on court. Don't get me wrong. I ain't rocking them bitches in the mall, but on the court, they look fire. The Kyries have a lot of traction, a lot of protection from what I've felt. Challenge. End LeBron James NBA Finals streak. Okay, then. Y'all saw my last video, Patreon's The Podcast with Clay Allen. Yeah, I think that's fully possible, man. I really do. I know that this is kind of the hot topic right now in the NBA. Who won the trade? The trade's been finalized, all this stuff. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Boston's. I like Boston's youth. I like their coach. And I like Kyrie over Isaiah. Obviously, the hip issues are real, man. I did the research on the hip problem. If you look at Johnny Flynn, Wilson Chandler, Kevon Looney, Warriors fans, that hip issue is a real history of lingering around in a second surgery. That's why, in fact, they probably didn't do a surgery originally on Isaiah Thomas. I'm not going to read too much into the details of this. Kobe and Kyrie have kind of a big bro, little bro relationship, the Mamba mentality. I'm sure he's in his ear. And I can't wait for opening night, man, because the juice. Y'all seen that Instagram? Maybe I'll put this in the video. You seen that Instagram meme? It's like Kyrie on opening night, and it's this little dude, looking like Kevin Hart, just crazy over dribbling the basketball. I love that, man. I'm going to get that one to y'all, man. That shit was dope. Brooklyn Nets. I didn't even know Jeremy Lin was still in the league. Jay Lin, baby. Brooklyn Nets. Bring back Linsanity. Jeremy, your challenge is simple. I challenge you to bring back Linsanity. Well, come on now, Kobe. Come on now, Kobe. The thing is, what was that? Oh, okay. So did y'all catch the MTV Awards, music awards? I caught bits and pieces of it. Katy Perry is a fucking nut job. I'm sure she's tremendous in certain areas of her life. Y'all feel me? But she hosted the MTV Awards, and that dude Logic came out and performed that Hotline song, that song about suicide. It has a powerful message. I can't hate on a song or whatever. But when he came out, man, I was like, what the hell? That's what Logic looks like? That's what Logic looks like, right? And my wife brought up a great point. She was like, it's the unassumed look, right? He's going for that look where you're like, what? He looks like this nerd. He looks like a dude from what's that show with the blonde? Anyway, the scientific show that everybody loves. But anyway, he looks like a nerdy ass dude. And my wife was pointing out that that's the look he's going for. It's like a shock value. You're like, whoa, you're taken back by this dude with this crazy flow. And that's the way. And so the shock value adds to his level of talent once you see him. And what I'm getting at is that's kind of like the Linsanity effect, right? It was the fact that Jeremy Lin was this Asian dude that looks like no one in the NBA, magnified his talents and skills. I like Jeremy Lin. He's very strong, very aggressive. He's a nice player. But I mean, Linsanity and being a star, I think it was because of his ethnicity and kind of, we'd never seen that in the NBA before. So that ain't happening again. But I wish him well. I like him. Bay Area dude, smart guy. I got love for Jalen. It's just Linsanity ain't happening, dog. Charlotte Hornets. Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker to me, man, is one of the more underrated cats in the league. I'm not even gonna lie. Very fun to watch. Tight handle, man. Make an all-NBA team. I think that's very feasible. Wow, there's so many guards, man. There's so many. So he lists the all-NBA teams here: Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Steph Curry, John Wall, Chris Paul, Isaiah Thomas, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, and Kyrie Irving. Yeah, that's a murderous row, man. That's a murderous row to take someone out. You'd almost suspect that someone would have to get injured out of that list. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of them Toronto boys he could uproot. They're kind of peaked. A lot of these guys have peaked, I guess, but some of them are just going to go get off name recognition anyway. So I think that's a steep challenge. I give it about, again, 30-40% chance giving someone because one of those guys is probably going to get hurt, man, and not be what they should be this season. Let's just be real. Chicago Bulls, Zach LaVine coming off that ACL. What the fuck did Minnesota? Do y'all remember when that report came out? I remember it was like a Wednesday night in the NBA, right? And they were like, Zach LaVine leaves game with knee soreness. Then he came back in the game, finished the game, and then they said he tore the ACL. So I hope that medical staff got fired. I don't know if it was Tibbs, like, hey, ice, put ice on his knee. No, I'm messing with y'all. But I don't know what the fuck that was, but it's a damn shame. The kid has the most bounce in the league. And if Minnesota botched his diagnosis and caused him to blow out an ACL, man, shame on them niggas. So challenge, win the most improved player award. That's very feasible to me. That's very feasible because he has the keys to the car. Chicago's cleaned house. Wade is out of there, presumably. So he's going to get all the touches he wants. He's going to get, he's just going to be able to really showcase his skills. So I think that that's very feasible. Given he bounces back from the ACL, I'm willing to venture he will at 22 years old. Is he 22? Did I read that? LaVine 22, yeah. Based off his build. One, the technology today, the growth hormones, the hyperbaric chambers, the way that they rehab and how many surgeries they've done, it's so much less intrusive. I think that along with the way he's built, very thin, very light. I think it lends to a quick recovery. So I think that this is very plausible. I think I'd give this over for, 60%. We're looking 60% chance here. Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James. I'm getting carried away. All right. Participate in the slam dunk contest. Okay, Kobe. I love it. Call him out, man. Call him out. Those of you that, LeBron said he's going to do it. He's backed out. At this point, it's a little bit too late, I feel like. what is he, 32, 33? I don't know. He's pushing around that area. The thing with LeBron is, and you hear Kenny Smith say this all the time, he's an in-game dunker, right? He's kind of like a power dunker where he just elevates and spikes it very hard, right? He's not very dexterous, or is that the word? He's not. Yeah, he's just not that flexible, right? He's not that stylish in the air. I brought it up in my finals video. He's a little bit swagless in his game. He's stiff, kind of like Blake Griffin, right? Blake Griffin, LeBron, they jump out the gym, hammer it. It's not like Sean Kemp, though. Sean Kemp, Kobe, they can bend, contort their body. They have a lot more swag and style points. So I'd love to see LeBron in it. Kobe, hold his word, hold weight, you know what I'm saying? But I still don't think he's going to do it. I think LeBron will probably be not even wanting to show up at All-Star Weekend, honestly. He wants to recoup his body, and we'll see where they're at this point, Cleveland. But I give this like a 1% chance. I don't think LeBron's doing it, man. Don't think so. Dallas Mavericks, Dennis Smith Jr. win the Rookie of the Year. And this one, I'm gonna get out right out the gate. I think this is highly likely. I'm going 75% chance of this, man. I think I'm gonna come out with the Dennis Smith video here shortly on just what I think of him. I kind of don't like doing these Summer League video. I do, but I don't, because everybody's like, hey man, this is just Summer League, and what do you know? You can't say off of this. So obviously the video would be hypothetical and just a snapshot of what we've seen of him thus far. But again, 48-inch vert, dude tore his knee up his senior year in high school, bounced back. He's got like a mean streak, kind of like, his demeanor, it kind of reminds me of like Damian Lillard, except he's even stronger and more bounce. Now, they say he's got some leadership issues, and in it's going to be hit or miss, because Carlisle has a lot of veteran point guards. Devin Harris, Seth Curry at the 2, but he's got Barea, and then he's got the Yogi Ferrell, right, which is not a vet, but he's got a lot of guards to play with. And Carlisle tends to be harder on young point guards, with his system. And Smith needs to learn to run the pick and roll. But if he does eventually get those heavy minutes, I think he could run away with the Rookie of the Year. The only obstacle, I think, would be Ben Simmons is in the competition, as well as Lonzo. If Lonzo racks up double-digit assists, that may be hard to beat. Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, the Joker. Swag, man. The dude's got all sorts of Euro swag, man. I might even take him over Porzingis. I'm not even gonna lie. I think he's gonna be more durable throughout his career. He'll have a longer career. Make all NBA second team. That's very specific, Kobe. Not just make all NBA, make all NBA second. He must have done the math. What's this little 6'10" playmaker? I thought he was bigger than 6'10". You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Chris Webber. He reminds me of prime Chris Webber. He's not as athletic as C. Webb before C. Webb got all heavy and bulky. But as far as the passing, the smoothness to his game, reminds me of C. Webb. Second all NBA, they didn't give me a list of who he would be competing against. Second team's going to be that's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. I give that 20% chance, man. And I like Jokic. But what do they categorize? See, do they categorize him as a center spot? Ease, entertaining, camping, athletic joker. Yeah, it depends on the positional. If they're going to let him be a forward, he ain't going to get it in there as a center. I don't know. He might get that. Andre Drummond, maybe the biggest disappointment in the league in the last 2 seasons. I'd put him right there. Make all defensive team. That shit ain't happening. Yo, that shit. You see that was like the anyway. Y'all seen what I did there. Andre Drummond. I was very high on him because, in fact, Golden State had a pick around there. I forget what year it was. I want to say it was like Epe Udo's year. Yeah, fuck, man. Epe Udo, I think he won a championship somewhere in Europe. But anyway, Drummond's just too soft, too nice. You got to watch his weight, too. At his age, he just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and all his God-given talent, I just don't see it. And Stan Van Gundy, how he likes to mature players and bring them along, and you still haven't seen any signs of him playing any defense except a highlight block here or there from the weak side. It's not happening, man. And the word is in Detroit, they're trying to package him the hell out of there. I don't know Portland might be a possibility, or I don't know where, but I wouldn't risk it, man. I see the weight being an issue. I see the motivation being an issue. I see his heart being an issue. All the talent in the world physically.